Yo, what is going on, casuals? Today I have another video, and I'm gonna be uh as you can see, I have a bunch of photos pertaining to fighters and their alleged legal history. Um, I'm gonna be ranking UFC fighters and their mugshots. I will be factoring what they did into account. So let me give an example. Joe's son. I didn't recognize what he is. I knew he did something terrible because I recognized the mugshot from somewhere. Put this guy in solitary confinement for the rest of his life. This guy's a fucking piece of shit. And he fucking looks fat as shit in his fucking mugshot for no reason. This guy was in UFC 4 and he's fat as shit, and I think he got convicted of like gang rape. This guy's a fucking terrible scumbag dirty society. And we could take another mugshot for example. We have two John Jones ones. I had to get two John Jones ones. I had to. We got Brock Lesnar. I think he was an innocent man. If you look at Brock Lesnar's arrest for that, I think it was he got arrested for possession of anabolic steroids in like 2001, which I guess was illegal to like carry. I think it still is illegal to carry, but he was arrested on a suspicion of that. But it was legal growth hormones he had. I think regardless, it would have been like whatever. Uh, I just some of these mugshots are pretty funny. I have a bunch of fucking UFC fighters and their mugshots on my computer. Anyways, let's really get right into it. So we have Joe's son, terrible scumbag of society. Brock Lesnar, not so much. Pretty innocent dude. All he did was he had growth hormones on him. Uh, I don't think that's that bad. Next up, we have Derek Lewis. He got arrested for a DUI, I believe. It was. I think he had a DUI more recently, going like 120. Um, and then before the UFC, he had a probation violation connected to an aggravated assault. So um, I think depending on which one you look at, if it was the DUI, good guy did a bad thing. If it was the aggravated assault, really did a bad thing. Border, I'd say it's borderline really did a bad thing. Still good guy did a bad thing, but I think he's a very very. I don't think he did anything like terribly reprehensible. I mean, yeah, he assaulted a dude. You're gonna get fucking arrested for that. But DUI, that, like bad things, but I don't think it's like scum of society. He does have a really funny mugshot photo. Dude, every fighter looks fucking like pissed. Jeremy Stevens pissed. McGregor pissed. Michael Johnson, Mike Perry, they look pissed. Nick Diaz, he looks like how he always does. Volkan Ozdemir, like, he's just, I don't know why he's just there. But Derek Lewis looks like so chill. He's so chilled out for no reason. Why? He's so like mellowed out for no reason. Moving on, Cain Velasquez. Listen, we all know Cain Velasquez is innocent. That's an innocent man right there. Did he or did he not try to go out and drive, possibly, with an alleged weapon and allegedly fire it at a moving vehicle on the highway? Possibly. Was it allegedly the person who molested his child over 100 times? Yes. I think it's fair. I think that's fair game. I think if someone molests your child 100 times, I think you're gifted a couple of chances to, a couple shots, a couple of free free aim and fires. I think that's fair. Next up, Jeremy Stevens. This one was taken actually right before a fight in like 2014. He got arrested for a. He got arrested for. They said it was, they him in a. He basically jumped someone and he left them in critical condition. That's a shitty thing to do. That's a shitty thing to do. That's not cool. That's not okay. You really did a bad thing. Like you're a UFC level fighter and you're jumping someone, and then you're leaving them in critical condition in a bar fight, and then you technically fled the state. He fled the state for a fight. You're a piece of shit. That's really what it comes down to. You're pretty much just a piece of shit for that. And then you got finished in one round by Bobby Green. Like, come on, dude. Kid a grip. Jeremy Stevens, we all know him, the hardest hitting 145er. He Jeremy Stevens is the hardest hitting 145er. Yeah, he didn't hit hard enough to need to fight the dude on his own. Just saying. Pretty shitty thing he did. Next up, we got Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor, with his crime, it kind of depends on how you want to like look at it. If you look at it as, oh yeah, he did that, he's down here. If you look at it as, oh, the allegations were fake, you could hover him around here. I think he kind of lies in the middle. I think you have to put Conor McGregor in the middle under the assumption that we don't know. I mean, he was found innocent in the like a. I believe it was the, which case was it? I know he was found innocent in the legal one, and then like in the civil court case, he was found liable for damages, and that's kind of like, oh, that's bad because if they find you civilly liable, that means they had enough to show that you did some sort of damage, but not enough to push the other one. But they believe you did it. They just couldn't push it and confirm it under higher scrutiny of evidence. Ooh, that's a bad look. But you were found innocent, so I can't like harp on you too much. Like, I could believe you did it, but shit, I can't. Fuck, they must know something I don't. So, that's what it comes down to. We all know Double Champ does what the fuck he wants, but he can't come back after 5 years and throw a fucking jump kick in the head at Max Holloway without blowing his fucking knee out. Uh, McGregor did a bad thing, but I think there's been worse. Depending on how you look at it. If you think he did it, then no, there hasn't been worse. But if you don't, then who knows? Ooh, this is John Jones. The thing about John Jones is I hate him and I think he's a piece of shit, but do I really think he's only one step away from like Joe Son? Fucking maybe. Because the thing about John Jones that I feel like people don't get is like people compare him to these other people, like try and downplay what he did. People try and downplay what John Jones did as if like he hasn't done just terrible things in and out of the cage. Like he was related to the hit and run incident with that pregnant lady. He's beaten his wife. He's got multiple DUI charges. The dude's always getting aggressive with the police for no reason. There's like literally no reason for him to ever get aggressive with the police. They're just like, hey man, can I see your license? He's like, fuck you. There's literally no reason for him to ever be as aggressive as he is with the police. There's none. None at all. But he just continues to do it for no fucking reason. No reason at all. It's it's like when a teacher like tells like like the kids at the back of the class who are literally just sitting there doing whatever the fuck they're doing to like sit up and pay attention, and then the kid just like throws a fucking chair at the teacher. Like that's what are we doing? What are we doing? Come on. There's a grown ass man here. Grown ass man. Next up, Michael Johnson. Uh, I'm gonna put him in kind of bad. His thing was related to like a domestic dispute, and apparently got simple battery, which is like unwanted strike or touch. So I mean, the bounds for that is like pretty like wide. It could have been a shove. It could have been a slap. It could have been a punch. It could have been like him like grabbing. It could have been like him like pushing someone away. It could have him been like just like putting their hand on the shoulder even. He could have gotten chased all the way down with that under certain circumstances. He probably did hit someone, but it was probably like a. I think he probably made it push someone, and they got him for that. Uh, I don't think he's a bad person though. It's Michael Johnson. Come on, we all love Michael Johnson. Come on. Even though he got fucking slimed out by Drew Dober. Hey, Drew Dober. Get criminals off the street. That sounds really bad given the other context of his name. Never mind. I take that back. Drew Dober. Drew Dober cleaning up the streets. Oh my fucking god. Jesus Christ. Mike Perry. Good guy did a bad thing. Yeah, you got arrested for a DUI. Could be worse. Yeah, you put other people at risk, but if there's no harm, there's no real foul. You just gotta get help. Uh, Nick Diaz. I think I could not find the specifics on Nick Diaz. I actually have no clue. I really have no clue what that was for. Rampage. The rest of these guys. The rest of these guys are kind of like another mix of the bunch. A lot of these fighters didn't really do anything. Like if you look at Brock Lesnar, anabolic steroids, really. I think that's silly. I would expect Brock Lesnar to get arrested for something like ripping a child in half. Because he's built like a fucking. He's like a 6'8" Viking. I'd expect him to like genuinely get arrested for like a child like says like you're stupid and he just rips him in half. Kane, he's innocent. Michael Johnson, given his like personality and like how he builds up fights in the UFC, I would expect him to get in like a bar fight. I would expect him to get in a bar fight and just like slime someone out. Michael Johnson is like the type of guy to get in a bar fight and some like big 6'4" like hulking dude who could like grab him and just like rip him in half. He just like chins him out cold, but then some like random like drug addict like 125-pound homeless dude comes in and he fucking shins him with one punch. Like that's the type of fighter Michael Johnson is. Michael Johnson gets chinned with one punch by a homeless dude and then slimes out like a fucking like a Brian Shaw built dude with one punch. That's the type of like bar fighter Michael Johnson is. Derek Lewis, he fucking DUI and then aggravated assault battery, whatever. Eh. It's just so given the other guys on when you have someone like Joe Sun who's literally like done things that deserve like you need to be killed. You need to be killed in game. In game, you actually need to be like removed permanently from society with any means necessary. Any genetic tracing of you, we need to we need to get rid of that. We need to eliminate your genetics from the gene pool. You do not deserve to be here. Mike Perry, DUI. He's the king of violence, but maybe he's not so good at driving, putting the bottle down. Jeremy Stevens genuinely just be jumping a dude. A bit. This guy's TKOs people. When I knock people out, I leave them in critical condition after jumping them. Who the fuck is that guy? Like, it's the most shocking thing that Jeremy Stevens of all people. Actually, no. Given Jeremy Stevens, I would expect someone like Jeremy Stevens to jump someone and then leave them in critical condition. I mean, you remember his fight with Drakkar Klose? He literally fucking shoved Drakkar Klose, and I think he caused Klose to have like a fucking brain aneurysm or something, and then Klose had to pull out the fucking fight. Like, Jesus Christ, Jeremy Stevens is dude, he causes so much violence, but whenever he gets in there, he just gets slimed out and shinned immediately. He got pieced up and shinned by Bobby Green, and then he got pieced up, he got shit kicked in by Mason Jones for 3 rounds straight. He's god damn, dude. He's just such a piece of shit. That's such a shitty thing to do. Really, UFC fighter, and you jump someone and leave them in critical condition? That's a shitty thing to do. Rampage Jackson next. I'm not even gonna go over Joe Son or the other guys or John Jones because we all know what they did. Rampage. What did Rampage even get arrested for then? I just looked this up. What did he get arrested for? That's Raja Jackson. Get arrested for. We know what Raja Jackson did. Oh, we know what Raja Jackson did. Uh, reckless driving, felony evading arrest, and multiple counts of hit and run after sideswiping several vehicles and fleeing from the police in his pickup truck. Okay, you really did a bad thing. All right, you hit multiple people's cars, you put multiple people in danger, and then you flee from the police. Come on, Rampage. Listen, we understand you were the first Conor McGregor, but maybe we should just, maybe the apple doesn't far too fall from the tree. Maybe we stick to just humping reporters and just making really racist jokes. Why don't we stick to that, Rampage, instead of hit and runs? But that was back in 2008. I'd imagine it's 18 years ago. I imagine he's changed, but that's what he really did a bad thing. Cedric Demas, he's actually just a fucking criminal. Jaden Cable, you're actually kind of scum for putting him on. How many times was Cedric Dumas arrested? Let's look this up. Let's play a little game. How many times was Cedric Dumas arrested? Arrest count. He has been arrested at least 14 times since 2014. His most recent was April 28, 2025. Jesus fucking Christ. This guy just can't stay out of jail. Jaden Cable, what the fuck are we doing? And then he sits there and he posts and he I can't believe he got cut from the UFC. Yeah, he went fucking 3-5. He was too busy fucking robbing people. What are we talking about? And he had no good wins either. He beat Cody Brundage. Actually, goated win. Never mind. He has one good win. He beat Cody Brundage. He beat Abu Azaitar. And then who do you beat? What was his other win? He beat one more person. Fucking Dennis Talulin. Are we dead ass? Are we dead ass? You wanna know a middleweight prospect? They fucking slime out Dennis Talulin horribly. like RoboCop. RoboCop slimed out Dennis Tululin horribly with one back of the head elbow. Cedric Dumas is out here getting fucking scraping by decision win over Dennis Tululin. Really? Too busy fucking robbing people. I will say his house like burning down at one point. That's terrible. That's actually terrible. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. But you know, he's a fucking. You did like rob like 14 people. Like, come on. Next up, Volkan Oezdemir. I don't put him in good guy did a bad thing. He got arrested for, I believe it was like a bar fight, and where he knocked someone unconscious. Hey, in and out of the cage, in and out of the cage. Volkan Oezdemir stays slamming people out. I think we gotta talk about Volkan Oezdemir as that knockout guy at light heavyweight. This guy's got fucking hands. Although he did pop for EPO. Volkan Oezdemir, he's knocking people unconscious in and out of the cage, but he might have been roided up doing it with EPO. You're kind of a scumbag. That's kind of fucked up, Volkan. You're actually taking EPO. But then again, I don't think he would have needed EPO to beat Alonzo Menafield. But, you know, still. Not a, like... Apparently the charges got dropped immediately. He was arrested, but they got dropped. It was in, like, Florida or some shit, which I'm kind of wondering what he's doing in Florida. I thought he lived in, like, Switzerland or something. You know what? You kind of realize with some of these fighters, you just know fucking nothing about them. I don't want to know anything about you. I know too much about you. Everyone knows what you did. Rampage, it was pretty interesting to figure out. I still really don't know what Nick Diaz did. McGregor, we know what he got accused of. It's kind of 50-50 at this point. I'm not really sure whether he did or didn't do it, and I'm not going to be the one to decide. Jeremy Stevens, no, you're a fucked up person. You really did a terrible thing. But not to the level like Cedric Dumas, where you're getting arrested like 14 times. Derek Lewis, yeah, okay. We kind of know something. We kind of know. We definitely know. We kind of know about McGregor. We definitely know what Jeremy Stevens did. We definitely know what the Michael Johnson. We don't really know what he even did to count as battery. But the rest of these guys, we know what they did. But Oezdemir, you kind of just you know a lot about these other guys. What the fuck does anyone know about Volkan Oezdemir? I'm kind of thinking, at like any event or anything, I've never seen like a fan photo with Volkan Oezdemir. There's never been a single fan photo with Volkan Oezdemir ever. You know, and that's kind of weird. I think he's like a psyop. Volkan Oezdemir is like he's not real. I think he's like AI generated or some shit. Next up, John Jones again. We had to get 2 John Jones mugshots in here because, hey, fucking double trouble. Hey, this is the hit, this is the run. And together, they beat their wives. What can I say? I'm just a master of my craft. John Jones is being arrested multiple times for the multitude of, like, genuinely terrible things he did. You know, I think it's important. I think one counts for acts inside of the cage and outside of the cage. One's a dirty fucking cheater. The other is a fucking dirty criminal. You know, kind of 2 sides of the same coin, if you ask me. Next up, Dustin Poirier. Good guy did a bad thing. I'll put him at the top of this because this one, Dustin Poirier's one was so sad. Because you see him and you see how, it kind of like grounds you and makes you realize how hood he is. And you see everything. And then you kind of realize as you watch it longer and longer, like, aw, this is really sad. He's drunk, but this is really sad. This is not an okay individual. And then you go and you see, he's talking to the cop, like, you did a good job. You did a good thing. You did a good thing. And he has that, and, like, he's saying it, and he does that weird, like, look with, like, his teeth. He does that weird like look with his teeth that he always does when he's talking. It's really weird. You know what I'm talking about. But then he'll sit there and you see the mugshot and it's just so sad. He's like crying. Like you see this. You see Dustin Poirier, he's sitting there crying. Kane knows what he did. He knows he's. You see Dustin Poirier, he's sitting there, he's crying. You see Jeremy Stevens. Jeremy Stevens is ready to jump that dude again for fucking talking. McGregor's sitting there fucking. He's stone cold, stone faced. He does not give a flying fuck. Dustin Poirier's was so sad. Another really sad one. BJ Penn is so sad. Because BJ Penn, you see him get in these like bar fights all the time. First off, the worst thing about BJ Penn is there's so many videos of him just getting absolutely slimed out in bar fights. And then that's not even like a joke. Like I remember seeing an Instagram post from him where it's like him with all of his belts and he's like, I think it's like a Sopranos thing and it's got like, you have no fucking idea what it's like to be number one. And then all I could think of was like, I've seen you get slimed out in a bar fight. I've seen you get slimed out by a random dude on the street that you're pressing and he just hits you one time on the chin and you fold. Come on, BJ. It's so sad because you could tell it's someone really struggling with some sort of mental disorder and then combined with like CTE and clearly someone's like feeding him like government conspiracies and he's just spiraled out of control. Like he thinks his mother's fucking sent by the CIA to like spy on him. And his mother's sitting there listening to all of it and she actually just has to be like, this is my son. And he's going fucking insane. BJ Penn's is so sad. That one's one of the worst ones because it's a legend of the sport and to see him fall so far from grace into this it's just terrible. Next up we have Gable Steveson. What did I say? I said Gable, right? I said Gable. Yeah. Mr. Loophole himself. Hey, you don't know this guy's kind of got this guy 2019, 2020? Gable Steveson in 2019, 2020? Hey, this guy's the man. Hey, he loopholed his way to the top. He loopholed his way to a gold belt. Hey, all I'm gonna say. Hey, this guy used his classic loophole technique to get past Elijah Johnson. Hey, what a fucking guy. If you don't know, look up Gable Steveson loophole, or I think it's Gable Steveson 2019. Hey, I'm just saying, he says John Jones is his role model, and he hangs out with John Jones a lot. The apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. All I'm gonna say. If John Jones is your guy, then we got some work to do, brother. But hey, I don't think anything's gonna do it. I mean, I can't put him in the same thing as Joe Son because Joe Son is like in jail for the rest of his life. Gable is out free. And he loopholed his way around it. And there was no arrest. So even if I do think I can't put him on the same level. But Gable, better be on your fucking best behavior. One slip up, you're right down there with him. One fucking slip up. Actually, no. Gable Steveson made a fucking solitary. No, he didn't make. He made a. I was reading the tier, and I don't know why it replaced what I was gonna say. Gable Steveson made a 6-7 joke. I rate my performance about a 6 or a 7. 6-7? You're fucking 26, dude. Get a job. Stop fucking loopholing women in college. Him and his gang of loopholers. Can't believe it. No, but this is my definitive UFC mugshot tier list. Fucking Christ. This is one of the things I've done of all time. Let me know what you guys think down below. What you guys would put in here, and that's about it. See ya.